What is up, everybody? Molly Kennedy, Flip Your 20, coming to you from the Bamboo Forest, aptly named, I would say. The Bamboo Forest in Maui, Hawaii. So this video is it's really about social media and not believing everybody's highlight reel. Because we all know we're carrying our phones, I don't care what age you are, if you're a teenager, if you're an adult, we carry our phones, also known as our comparison machines, and we're always looking at other people's highlight reels. So if I wanted to, and to be like a lot of people on social media, I could post all these cool pictures from Maui. My business has brought me here. I have a few days to play beforehand, and I will play full out and enjoy the heck out of it because I've never been here. But if I only showed those pictures, that's like total highlight reel. If it was that alone, I personally am not okay with that. Is it cool to share? Of course. But the real point of this video is how I got here. Because it took about 12 to 18 months of reaching out to schools in Hawaii. 12 to 18 months, I got no replies, like total crickets. But it's perseverance, it's grit. You keep going, you keep going. And then a principal reached out to me where I'm speaking next week. And she said, "Hey, Molly." Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you? How can you not be good here,
Right.
And she said, "Hey, Molly, you've been on my radar for like 6 or 8 months. The timing just hasn't been right. But now it is." So I said, "Great." So I reached out to some other schools. No one else said it was at the right time. So I decided, I'm going to say yes to this, even though I live on the East Coast. It's a full day of travel, like 12, 13 hours, but it's worth it. Like sometimes you have to, just say yes to things. So I could have given up after a few months of not hearing back, but I decided to keep going and persevering. But you're never going to see people posting, "Oh, got rejected a few hundred more times today," which is what happens when you send a bunch of emails out and you're trying to reach out to schools to help their kids and you don't hear back. It's a lot of rejection, but people don't show that. But I think it's important for us all, no matter our age, whatever, if we're in middle school, if we're in college, if we're grown adults, that we have to understand like how people got there, because it's not just celebration every day. But if I want to go back even further, the way I got here is about 6.5 years ago. It was early January 2013. I had already lost my job twice with budget cuts, my teaching job. I left another job to start my speaking business, which wasn't even going to be a speaking business. It was like, I have this idea of I want to speak to kids. It was an idea because I didn't even know how to do the thing. I didn't even know, to be honest. But after I lost my job twice and walked away from my other job, I started subbing. And, it's not going to pay the bills enough for me. And I was like, all right, well, I have to make a decision. So I want to join this online speaking group, and it was $2,000 to join. And I did not have $2,000. So I can literally picture sitting in my chair. I have a brown chair. My laptop was on the ottoman. And I was like, all right, if I don't join now, let me look ahead 5 years. Will I still be subbing? Will I have to do some random job that's not going to bring me fulfillment? And I really sat there and pondered because I didn't have the money. And I could envision what I'm doing now in my own way, not having any idea how to get there, but I knew it could work. I just had no idea of the how. I just had very strong belief and conviction and vision of it. But even more important than the joy of what I'm doing now was the pain of looking 5 years ahead and still feeling stuck. Like I wish I would have made that choice. So I look at everything I do now, I look back at that decision in my chair to just sign up for the online speaking group to be coached on how to become a speaker. But if we want to be real honest, let's go back even further. So it wasn't the 12 to 18 months of emails. It wasn't the 5 or 6.5 years of going from an idea to a business. It was 10.5 years ago, which I was still teaching, and I had some things happen in my life, and I was totally coming undone because if you know my story, I've been through a lot of stuff, and all that stuff that I hid for 20 years was finally catching up to me, and I was crawling out of my skin. I was not okay. So I asked my friend to connect me with a counselor, and she did. Fortunately, I was very lucky that this counselor I found the right one on the one on the first try. So if you're going to counseling and you think counseling sucks, and maybe it's just you haven't been the right counselor, find the right counselor, it's worth it. So the real reason I'm here is because 10.5 years ago, I finally asked someone for help, which I never used to do, like ever. And I did the hard work in counseling, which has been now 10.5 years. I mean, I could barely get from week to week. Like, I struggled getting from week to week from counseling appointments because I was in such pain, and all this stuff for 20 years was being excavated out. That's really why I'm here, because I did the work. I busted my butt. It was so painful, so painful, so painful. Oh my gosh. I remember the first day walking in there, like I was a disaster because I hid my secrets and my shame for 20 years. So if I wanted to just show you a picture of, hey, I'm in Maui, yay, I could, and that would be a great highlight reel, but that's not the truth of it. The truth of it is the 12 to 18 months of reaching out to schools, the 6.5 years ago making a decision to spend money on the thing to follow the dream because the pain of not doing it would have been too much. It's really also about the 10.5 years ago finally walking into a counseling office, which I wish I would have done 20 years before. So the whole point of this, don't believe everybody's highlight reel. Man, I don't care if it's Jeff Bezos, whether you like Amazon or not. You look back at his story of origin, nobody believed in him, and he was in this dinky little office doing his thing with a cheesy Amazon sign up. Look at Tom Billou who, of Impact Theory, was one of the owners of Quest, who just posted a picture recently on his social media, like 18 years ago, on this messy desk doing the work that only he and a few others believed in. Now he's runs a multi-billion, I think billion, certainly multi-million-dollar company. So don't believe all the hype. Don't believe all the highlight reels. No matter who you look up to who's successful, and whatever successful means you in whatever industry, no matter who that person is or those people are, trust me, they had so many fails and so much pain, and they invested the wrong money, and it was fail after fail, mistake after mistake, but that's how they learned, and they were resilient. They got up every time. They persevered every time. They created the champion within every time to get to where they wanted to go. Life is not a highlight reel. There are a lot of highlights along the way. We should celebrate the heck out of them, but that is not the only story. So I'm sharing that backstory with you so you know whatever you want to achieve in life, a goal, a dream, a vision, whatever it is for you, if it matters to you, it matters. And you have to start somewhere. When is now a good time to start? That's all I got for you today, my friends. Hope this helps you in some area of your life. And I'm going to go finish this hike and enjoy a few more days of playing. And then I will serve my clients and help some teachers help their kids. All right. You know where to find me on social media at FlipYour20. I even just got a necklace made. Check that out, yo. Boom. It's about 20 cents. I got my 20-cent earrings on, too. FlipYour20. Peace.